The world has convinced us that it's weak for men to cry. Let's talk about it. We born. When we born, we can't talk. So since all babies know how to do is cry, by the time we toddlers and youngsters, we tease each other for crying and call each other crybabies. Most kids hate being called a crybaby, so it really starts when you're young. So you try to school your kids like me. The way I was schooled and the way I school mine is, if something hurt you, cry. If something don't hurt you physically, don't cry. So for most boys, that carry you a long way. Something might hurt, you want to hold it in. You don't want people to see you crying. But then when you get older, you realize feelings get hurt. So if something don't hurt you physically and you crying over it, that means you emotionally hurt, your feelings hurt. Men look at that as a sign of weakness, unfortunately. So we get older, from teenagers to adults. For me, we was in like, maybe middle school or high school. Scarface had a song, I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. So the perception is it's only okay to cry if somebody who you love die. But the reality is, we humans. Men are fucking humans. A bitch could play with your kids. You could have felt like you made some decisions where you could have had a more comfortable or easier life, and something you did affected you to where you have to live through it. And sometimes that's painful, and it might cause tears. So, for me, dealing with death is hard because you don't know the things that's gonna trigger stuff. So, let's take my mom for example. I didn't know she was gonna die, but she died. So, all my memories it's hard to predict what's gonna affect you what type of way. When I was younger, she used to make tater tots so much, I got to the point where I didn't even want to eat another tater tot for the rest of my life. That's just how I felt. After she passed, just on her memory, I'm like, fuck it, I'll start back eating tater tots. It'd be little shit like that. It'd be different shit for different people. So I'm riding one day with one of my homegirls, and a Keisha Cole song come on the radio. A Keisha Cole song come on the radio. We riding down the street, and I felt a teardrop down my face. I was embarrassed. I had to explain to her, man, I don't know what the fuck going on with me. My mom's passed. This used to be her song. This is my first time hearing the song since she passed. Like, she got a lot of songs as her song, but like, it's just memories. Like, she used to get the words wrong. Me and my sister got to correct her. So that song brought back a lot of memories and emotions. I didn't even know that was gonna happen like that. So as I'm wiping my tears, I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm a grown ass man crying. People could see me. Motherfuckers who don't know the details, anybody who know the details, I'm a human. I'm going through shit. I love my mom, yes. It hurts. But people who don't know the details just see a grown ass man crying. They're gonna be thinking like anything. Why he crying? That's embarrassing. That's the perception that is, well, at the time it was embarrassing. It was my reality. It was embarrassing. Years go by, still hard to deal with. I go down south, New Orleans, my people's down there, Hank B, we have a funeral, bury Hank B. Now, the energy that comes with funerals is already high because you might remember other funerals, other people that died, other emotions you had to go through. You still miss them. You never got over losing them. Other people who you love around you sad. So that's energy. That's all like sad energy. So this guy who I don't even know if he was related to us, he probably was. He was at the funeral, older guy. It's like he sensed how many people wanted to cry but was trying to be like, we call it being strong, holding in your tears, just being strong. When really it's not. Because you're going to drive yourself crazy. You got to let that shit out. So he explained how, I forgot how long ago he said his mom's passed, but he was like, I always cry when I think about my mom. I don't give a fuck how old I get. And he was old as hell, hair gray, at least 60, 70. He said, every time I think about my mom, I cry. I loved my mom. And gave a little speech like saying things like that. And for some reason, I feel like he was talking to me. And he gave me permission to cry. So as my tears dropped, I looked around and I seen all these other niggas crying too. And nobody felt like, we're weak. It's like somebody got to give you permission. On Coach Carter, when he said, what's your deepest fear? And they didn't know what he was talking about. Then at the end, dog was like, my deepest fear is letting my light shine. Because when you let your light shine, you subconsciously give other people permission to let their light shine. And I don't even know how y'all hear, what y'all think when y'all hear that, but I associate that to sports, music, things in life to where if it's a cipher, niggas be scared to rap first because all the pressure, what if you mess up, what if you whack, whatever reasons, niggas be scared. Somebody got to convince somebody to let their light shine so they can subconsciously give other people permission to let their light shine. So when you hop in that cipher, you get the flowing good. Somebody else be like, oh, they feel your energy and your vibe. Now everybody want to rap good. That should apply to sports, everything. So when he said that, I felt that same type of energy. Like he let his light shine by saying that. And it gave me permission to let my light shine. But in this case, the permission was letting your tears drop. So now I tell everybody like what he told us. It's okay to cry. We was tricked thinking it's not. Imagine people who don't never let out their emotions. What happened to them? They hold all that shit in, they bottle it in, and they fucking explode. They go crazy, and they crash out. So if you let it out, it's healthy. Crying is healthy. God didn't give us these tears not to, in pain, not to use, you know what I mean? It's just like, don't get it misconstrued. If you going through some shit, like a motherfucker, a bitch playing with your kids, shit like that'll break a nigga down. Deaths, things like that, like, it's alright to cry. As long as you ain't on no female, like females cry over emotional shit like, he don't want me anymore. So you can't be like that. Why she don't want me and why she fuck somebody else? That's emotional. One thing I do get is, because I've been through, if you spend years and years with somebody and it goes nowhere and you actually feel like you got talent, drive, energy, goals, work ethic, anything else you could have did more valuable with those years, that's painful. That can hurt. But at the end of the day, you got to take accountability like this. You allowed yourself to let them years go by trying to please another motherfucker. Always focus on you. Focus on your goals, which mean what's important in your life. Then you won't have less regrets. It don't matter who you was with. You can't say they wasted no time because you accomplished what you wanted. As long as you accomplish your goals, it don't matter what a motherfucker do, think, feel. None of that shit matter. But if you don't accomplish your goals, it leaves room for regrets. You might even want to blame them. A lot of people don't know how to take accountability, so it's easy to point the finger. It's her fault. It's his fault. I was wasting my time being with them. So I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. But that sounds like you could have did what you wanted to do. You chose to be with them. That's where accountability come in at. That's what I'm saying. I've been in that position before where I felt bad. I wasted years. But at the end of the day, I should have used my time more wisely. I'm accountable for dealing with bullshit for long as I dealt with it. Everybody should be accountable for dealing with what y'all dealing with. If you allow somebody to question you, they're gonna keep questioning you. If you allow somebody to run you over, they're gonna run you over. If you allow a bully to bully you, you're gonna get bullied. When you stand up and stop allowing it, that's when shit change. So accountability is not hard. Y'all make it hard by just running from it, ducking and dodging it. It actually feel kind of good to be accountable because it's an understanding that come with that. If I'm accountable for a mistake, then I can avoid making it again, or I can figure out how to fix it. But if you avoid accountability, you're gonna keep making the same mistakes. You're never gonna fix nothing. You're gonna be miserable forever, and it's just gonna be the cycle of misery that you stuck in because you're never accountable for nothing. You're gonna be old as hell. Then you're gonna finally realize. You're gonna hear a statement like, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results." You're gonna think about it, apply it to your life, and be like, "Oh, I should have been changed years ago. Too late." Because everybody only got one. We get one life. One. I don't know why people don't understand that. Ain't no free mans, ain't no restarts, no game overs. None of that shit. We get one life. And y'all don't want to be happy. That's on y'all. My operation is enjoying life. I've been through a lot of bullshit. In my opinion, I've been through enough bullshit. So I could just be single forever if that need to be. If I don't ever meet a bitch who got a brain and can match my energy, then I'll just be single forever. I'm fine with that. Once you find self-love, guess what? I love me. If you can't love me, then keep it moving. I love me. Shit. I don't gotta play no roles no more. I did all that shit. Found who I am, found what I'm supposed to do, found what make me happy. So that's just what I'm trying to strive to do. I suggest y'all do the same.